It's going to be a sad situation if what I'm hearing turns out to be true. But Sergio Martinez, former middleweight kingpin, second greatest Argentinian middleweight of all time, after Carlos Monzon, of course, is apparently thinking of a comeback. I've heard Madrid, June 6th, and he will be, at that point, 45 years of age. In his last fight, which was 2014, he looked absolutely terrible against Miguel Cotto, often falling on the floor in what I didn't think necessarily were legitimate knockdowns. Had a really bad knee injury. I don't know if it was both knees. He thinks they're better now. He thinks he's good to go. But when you've had a style that was never going to age well, you've been so inactive, you're going to be 45. I'm just thinking of Martinez. He's a guy I've always known as relatively old. He started his career late. I first saw him in 2003 when he got the better of our very own Richard Williams. And when he really made it in 2010 and took out Paul the Punisher Williams in incredible fashion in the second round, he was already 35 then. Probably just at that point when his body was going to start to fail him. And it was only through his trickiness and unorthodox nature that he was able to continue with a string of defenses, some controversial, until he ended up getting taken out by Miguel Cotto. And for me, that created a massive mess as well, because Martinez, not only did he always seem to just be old in his career, but that whole going on until he fought and got beat by Cotto, he should have never have lost his championship to him. He should have quit earlier. And even though it scared me because I was a Martinez fan, he should have ultimately given Gennady Golovkin a shot earlier. We're talking like 2012, 2013 latest. Lost his title to him. And then Canelo would have been forced to fight Golovkin earlier or avoid him. It just would have been so much better for the middleweight division. So not only was it kind of annoying that Martinez hung around for so long, the idea of him coming back at 45 years of age, after 6 years out, after that last loss, which was to do with an injury as well, it just seems completely nuts. He has said that he wants to feel the punches again. Is this just ego? Is this money? It's probably a combination of both, because they are the two biggest driving forces in returning former champs back to the ring. It's interesting though, because I was just reading an article, and in terms of money, Martinez didn't actually make that much, despite he was a solid, you could even possibly say great, middleweight champion. Apparently in his 2012 defense against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., he only made $1.4 million compared to Chavez Jr., who made $3 million, which is crazy. If he was the challenger and he made double, I'm guessing just because of his name, because of his daddy. But if that's the case, you can kind of maybe see then why, not only in terms of ego, but maybe Martinez feels a little bit hard done by. Danny Jacobs and other people now have had much bigger purses than Martinez, who really did leave a pretty solid legacy. So that could very well be a factor in this. But bottom line, Father Time loses to no man. And for a guy who looked so bad in his last fight, in a fight that should have never have happened really, against Miguel Cotto, I don't want to see him come back against a guy who's not really worth anything and still possibly lose. Maravilla seems like a top guy. I hear he helps people outside. He has charities towards people who get bullied. If he really feels the need to come back, so be it. But I really hope this doesn't turn ugly like it probably will do.